sketch the triangle and then solved it using the law of sines. When we sketch the triangle, it is not drawn to scale. We then label the triangle any way we prefer. In this case, we're using the capital letter A, B, and the little c, and so A, B, C, we can label it any way we prefer. But again, once we put in the capital A for one of the vertices, the opposite side to this angle has to be the corresponding lowercase. And so A is the opposite to the capital A. Little b is the opposite side to the capital B. And little c is the opposite side to the capital C. We were given that the angle B has a measure of 68 degrees, not drawn to scale here. The angle A has a measure of 50 degrees. And the side C, it doesn't have the degree notation there, is 230. And we're looking for the missing sides and the missing angles if we are to solve the triangle. The first thing we want to do in this case, given the two angles, is that we're looking for the third angle. The angle C has a measure of 180 degrees minus 50 degrees minus 68 degrees, because the sum of all of the three angles inside a triangle add up equal to 180 degrees. And so this will give us 62 degrees. 62 degrees is an accurate, not rounded number, so we will be able to use it without worrying that there will be a round off error. We found the third missing angles. What left is to find the missing side A and B. This is not a right triangle, but we can use the law of sines, which states that sine of A over the opposite side equals sine of B over the opposite sides and sine of C 62 degrees over the opposite sides. And these three ratios are the same. They are equal. There are several equations here. The first equation has two unknowns, and the last equation has only one unknown. And so we will use the last equation first. Sine of 68 degrees over B equals sine of 62 degrees over 230. There is only one unknown in this case, and we can isolate it by cross multiplying. And so B is 230 times sine of 68 degrees, where we cross multiplying the known, divided by sine of 62 degrees. We will use the calculator to find out what B is, but before we do that, we will set up the ratio to find A as well. If we look at the first ratio and the last ratio, that gives us another equation as well with only one unknown. And so we have sine of 50 degrees over A equals sine of 62 degrees over 230. And from this equation, we isolate A. A is 230 sine of 50 degrees this time over sine of 62 degrees. And we plug this into a calculator and evaluate A. Make sure the calculator is set in degrees mode. Plug this into the calculator. We will get 241.5. Plug the second expression, 230 sine of 50 degrees over sine of 62 degrees. We will get 199.5. Depending on how many decimal places we want, we will need to round it accordingly.